Hey everyone, it's Amanda from Moses and Me Card Company. Today I'm going to show you a card creation that's a little different than my 6 cards 1 kit. I know a lot of times we don't have time to actually sit down and craft 6 cards out of our card kits, and a lot of times we're being asked to create other cards, or we need cards for our own life, like birthday cards or sympathy cards or just thank you cards that don't actually come out of the kits. So I thought I would create just a couple of videos where I'm being asked for cards or I need cards, and I'll just show you how to create 1 or 2 cards and the supplies that I use. So I'm still on a mission to use up the supplies in my craft room, which I have a lot of. And every time I try one of these, it's sometimes so overwhelming because I've got so much. So I just kind of try to pick one item and focus on it and not overwhelm myself by looking through all that I have. So this month, or today, we're going to use the large die of the month from SpellBinders back from May 2019 called Layer Cake Sparkles, and this is of course the first time I'm using it. I also pulled in a glimmer kit of the month from February. This is called Everyday Sentiments. Now I do know that a lot of you probably don't subscribe to the Spellbinders kit, so if you wanted to create a similar card, you could use this Everyday Sentiment that they have from their glimmer system. And then of course Nicole Spohr had a Mr. and Mrs. Wedding cake that she released a couple of months ago. That would kind of give you the same effect. We're also going to use some Love from Lizzie peel-offs. You know how much I like those. I've got the foil that I used today is also from Spellbinders. It is in the color, this is called Speckled Prism. I used some Doodlebug hearts, some shape sprinkles are what they call them. And they're kind of cute. I don't know if you can see, but they've got little polka dots and little stripes on them. They're just kind of go well with the color palette I chose for this card. And then I used, this is from Queen and Company. Their pattern paper kits are really nice. I really like their pattern papers. This is called Heartthrob. They all just kind of seem to go together, which I kind of struggle sometimes putting pattern paper together. But for some reason, Queen and Company, it all just seems to go. So you could just put anything together and it does most of the work for you. So it's my kind of paper pad. And then I used from a Queen and Company card kit called Make Me Up, one of the sentiments for the inside of my card. So today we're going to use all these products to create a birthday card. As you can see here, this is the birthday card we're going to create. I hope that you enjoy the tutorial, and I'll also show you some other examples of some cards I created using similar products, mainly the dies and the glimmer foil, the glimmer sentiments. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy, and I look forward to sharing some more of these cards that I create on an everyday basis, or more frequently than I do the card kits.
Tutorial. There's not a whole lot to this card. I just basically adhere 2 pieces of pattern paper together and I married them with the Love from Lizzie peel off in a glitter pink. And then I took some specialty cardstock I had from a cardstock and cut out the base cake layers, and I'm backing those with some Simon's Stamp cotton candy cardstock. And I'm just going to glue these directly to my card base. I have to make sure, since all that is getting glued on is really those 2 little tiny flaps, I just want to make sure that I've got a good contact with the card base and those aren't going to go anywhere. So that is what I'm doing there. I know you can't see a lot because I keep getting my head in the way, but I'm just kind of lining those up and just pressing down on them just to make sure that they adhere before I move on to the next step. And then I took some Audrey blue cardstock from Simon Says Stamp and I glimmered my sentiment on there. You can see it says happy birthday. And I also, you can see on the side there, I have cut out several flowers. The flowers are in doll, no, I don't use any doll pink, I'm sorry. The flowers are yes, doll pink, um, sea glass, and Audrey blue, all from Simon Says Stamp. And right now I'm creating one of the candles that uses a gold glitter cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. That's what creates the flame for the candle. And now I'm just starting to adhere the little pieces that I've created. The little hearts are again from Audrey Blue, and I just use my glitter pen to give them a little bit of sparkle. And then I'm gluing down the little candles that I created. These are all, of course, dies from the kit. Or not the kit, I'm sorry, we're not doing a kit. They're from the large die of the month. What I like to do is I like to lay out all my pieces before I glue them down, and then I'll take just a little bit of painter's tape to keep them all in the positions that they're in so I don't have to figure out how I like them laid out. They just stay. And I'm just going to scoot that back down. And I'm just adding a little bit of fun foam to the back of my sentiment. And I'm going to adhere that there at the bottom of the cake. Make sure that it's centered and straight. I don't know about you guys, but that drives me nuts when things aren't square. I think I've ruined many cards trying to position things. It makes me crazy though. I need to figure out how to add some music in here so you guys don't have to hear me prattle on endlessly. But here I'm just laying out the flowers the way that I think they look best. And just adhering those with their little leaf counterparts. And there you go. Now I'm just adhering all the leaves for the little flower pieces. Just trying to make sure that they kind of balance each other out. Now that we've got all of the leaves adhered here, I think is the last one I'm doing, I'm going to add some little gems in the center of all the flowers. These little bitty gems are extremely tiny. They were so delicate to pick up. I was able to use my jewel picker, so that worked out pretty well. But they are itty bitty. And for some reason, I have these products in my room that if I get them out, for some reason, I always end up spilling them or dropping them or making a mess with them. These are those products that I have that I just, every time I get them out, something ends up happening and I have to pick them up one by one. So I guess I've probably gotten pretty good at wrangling them on the cards. But I wish I could find a link to these. These are those little gems that I got on Amazon. They just kind of worked perfectly for the insides of these flowers. And I'm just going to adhere that on my card base. And there you have it. There is our card for the day. I'll show you a close-up so that you can see. You can see what I'm doing here is the card base didn't quite cover my card front, so I'm just adding a Love from Lizzie peel off at the very bottom there. And since it's not going to be tucked behind the cardstock, I'm just gluing it down. So there is my card for the day, and I will also show you some additional cards that I created, and I hope that you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.